We're here in our secret stash yard where we hide everything for the YouTube builds, and Johnny from Dr. Dropout is wanting a tool truck for the ranch. So first off, let's go see if it'll start and we'll go from there. Okay, keys are in it, battery's charged. We just gotta wait for it to beep, telling us the glow plugs are warmed up. So we'll see. Cross your fingers. Well, we found a generator for the bucket truck to run all of our equipment. It's up here at my dad's house. It's in that shop. This is perfect for the bucket truck. So let's get it down to the shop. Okay, it's time to put the generator up in the air. We're going to use the truck lift to lift the generator up in the air. And I'm going to hurry and weld some bottom feet on it. And then we'll set it in the back of the bucket truck. Get it kind of laid out where we want it, marked, and mounted to the truck itself. So let's get this generator unbolted off the trailer, ready for some feet, and hopefully it goes smooth. Hopefully it sets in smooth. Truck's running good. Super happy about that. That's a big relief. We've got a few things that we're gonna fix on the truck. When we're out to the ranch messing with cars and stuff, we have a vehicle to pull on right on site and tear things apart. We've got this flat plate. We'll cut this here and here, weld that to that, the other one to that, and then we'll bolt through here, we'll drill through, weld this on the bottom of the generator, and then we can bolt the generator down to the floor of the bucket truck. All right, Bill, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna raise this generator up, put it in place up here in this bed. We'll scoot it around, clean up the metal a little bit, and we'll tack weld this in place. Well, we've got the generator up in here. Check this out. The bucket truck fit in the shop. We're in the shop. I've been messing around with this a little bit. I want to make sure this thing's gonna run before I do anything else. Because imagine if we got this bolted in and it didn't run, that would suck. But I have confidence. I'm gonna cross my fingers. So let's try it out, see what happens. There's $75 worth of fuel. Oh yeah. Well, what we can do now is hook that charger back up. Let's try it. We've got this MC, which is this right here for electrical. And what we're gonna do with that, we're gonna run off of our power box here, which that's the original power box from the generator generated the power to that box right there. So now we're gonna use that as a junction box. We'll tie into that box with two MCs, and we'll come to each side of this bucket truck, one underneath here and one on the opposite side. And we're gonna put outlets inside those cabinets. So we'll also put a starter switch and the choke switch in them. So when we use this out to the ranch, we don't have to climb up in here and start this. We'll just open a cabinet, hold the choke button, the start button, and we'll have power to each side. So let's get these wires ran, get this all plumbed in as far as that goes. And we'll go from there, and hopefully it works, because I'm not an electrician. In fact, I suck at this kind of stuff, but we're gonna see what we can do to make it work. So watch this. Chet has come up with a good idea. We're one short of a box, a steel box. Let's see what you got, Gene. He's gonna pull the outlets off of there, off that cover.
Just 2 of them.
Just 2. And then Chet's going to take and make a plate to cover over 2 of those, and then put the starter switch and the choke switch in with those. So that's what you call backyard engineering. That's what you call, don't go buy stuff, just do it, bro.
I just call it crafty.
All right, so we got Tracer here. He's an electrician, and I just had a couple questions because I don't know a lot about these generators. I know that they generate 120 volts, but by the looks of the wires when I opened that box, they were way bigger than a regular, like your 110 outlet. So I brought him over. He's got a meter. He's gonna do some testing on this. We're gonna fire up this generator, and then he's gonna tell us how to wire this up so that we're not blowing anything or tripping any breakers. So let's fire it up and he can test it. All right, what's the verdict?
All right, so we are producing 120. Your black wire is your hot and your red wire is your neutral.
Okay.
Your wire is rated for about 30 amps. So you can run multiple things off of it.
At one time?
At one time.
Okay. We're good.
Golden.
And then on this start and stop switch, we're just gonna pull that out, run a wire off of it, chase it with this and zip tie it right to this. And I know what we're doing is probably, the electricians are gonna frown upon it, but for what we're using it for at the ranch,
It'd be perfect.
it'll be perfect. Because who knows? So yeah, we're gonna run start stop switch, we're gonna run choke switch, outlets, and then we still got to mount this generator to this floor in here. We'll weld it down to the floor. So we just had to get Tracer over here to confirm that we know what we're doing. Well, confirm that we don't know what we're doing and tell us how to do it. So it's a good thing we have him. He's just next door. So when I screw up electrical, he comes to the rescue, and I take all the credit for it. So behind the scenes on all this stuff, it's been Tracer, and I just take all the credit for it.
He's pretty good electrician.
So watch this. We're gonna get this wired in. Check this out. Well, a little update on the wiring on the bucket truck that's been kicking my butt for 2.5 hours. We had some issues with how it was wired before. It had a remote start before, and that's not the issue. The issue is I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to wiring. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to avoid having to climb up where Chet's at, all the way up inside there, to get to the generator and choke it and start it. What we wanted to do is to be able to come in here, got that door there on the side of the truck. We wanted to be able to open the door and have all of our power right there. What this is remote start switch and a power outlet. And what we had to have though was a kill switch. So this kill switch here, that is 3 different setups now. So that is choke and on, and that's off. So when I hit that to the middle, that chokes it. You can hear it starting. Okay, once it starts, you hit it up, it turns off the choke. Then you come in here, and that kills all the power. Now we just got to wire in. These are our outlet wires that come off the other outlet. And Chet has finished putting in the outlet on the other side. As you can see, it's dark outside. We always do this to ourselves. Johnny wants this truck tomorrow. And of course we do it again to ourselves. But check this out. Look at that. We got an outlet on this side, up inside there. So we can just plug things right in. Now, we've got air lines that we're gonna run. We've got air lines here, and we'll run those over to the tanks right there. That way we'll have onboard air as well. So you can pump up tires, you can run air tools, anything you need to do with air. So yeah, we're gonna get a couple things buttoned up. All right, it's a new morning in the shop. This is delivery day for the bucket truck. Got a couple things I've got to button up today as far as air lines, and I've got to build a pulley system for the cables the rope and the cables on the back of the bucket truck. You can buy them, but they're like really expensive, $500–600, and you know how we are here. We'll build it. We got a machine, we got the equipment to do it. So I think I showed you already that piece of steel that's just sitting in there in that orange square. We've got to build a pulley that comes off that. So our cable, our rope, right there, it's got a hook connected to it. That needs to loop up through a pulley system right there. I've got some heavy flat plate here that's just some old scrap plate I got from somebody. I'm gonna take that, cut it up, it's 1/2 inch thick. We'll weld it onto that post, onto that 3-inch round stock. I'll cut out the plate. It looks like this. That's kind of the design I've come up with. I'll take that, torch it all out. This pulley right here will sit in between the two plates. I've got bearings going in there. I've got some spacers all machined so the bearings can go inside and press inside the pulley between the two plates. And we'll get our pulley system built. And then once I weld it onto that post, I'll drill a hole through that post, slide the post in. It'll be like a kind of a receiver hitch type setup. So let's get the torch out, get these cut, get a couple plates cleaned up, and start machining some parts. Well, we made a trip over to Harbor Freight, and check this out. We got all sorts of goodies. We got a vise, hose reel, some extra hoses. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tap into the tanks over here. We'll take one hose to the passenger side, and then we'll have a hose reel on the driver's side. So this side will have the hose reel that you can pull out and do whatever you need to do. The other side will have a plug-in for a hose that you can just plug into it, or you can take the hose and hook it onto the hose reel to have extra hose. So let's get the hoses ran. We got a couple other things we got to do and hurry and button up before we can get this thing to the ranch. So start running that, and we still got to machine the pulley system. So lots of work to do and only a couple hours to do it. So let's get on it. We'll run. So this was mounted in there and kind of swung off to the side. When you need it, you use it. Gene's been running airlines up underneath the truck. Got the airlines ran. The power cables are hanging down there that go to the battery, into the current battery system. So there's your airline there. We're getting closer. Got a couple more things we got to mount. Coolant's in it. Gene?
Yeah, man.
Look, he's been working. He's got black all over his face and his eyes. He's all dirty. And we're getting our money's worth out of Gene today. So he's building a system to run the airlines off of.
Off the ball valve.
Off the ball valve. So we're gonna let him get to that. We're gonna get back to the plates on the mill with the pulley system. Get that ready to go. Bring the part down, get it milled out while Gene's finishing up the air. And then this bad boy is headed to the ranch. Well, our air hoses are all ran. You got one for this side, one for the opposite side going up underneath the truck. First one runs in, up along the frame. Check that out. Hose reel. What's nice about this one is it folds out. Use it, reel it back in, fold it, shut the door. Good to go. So now the true test is if they hold air. So Gene's gonna open the valves. We put a ball valve on each side. So far I don't hear any leaks. All right, second one. Number two. Number two. And these are built so we got rid of the drains off the bottom with those ball valves. We just open that up and we can drain those tanks if we need to drain them because they're built so with these drains on the bottom of them. We just replaced it with ball valves, so now we can drain it on our own. Basically the same concept, but we run that out into the each side of the truck. So we've got another. We'll go on the other side of the truck. There's a plug-in for an air hose. So we'll hang an air hose inside here, so you can plug it into that, or you can plug it into the hose reel. And that's done. Check that off the list, Gene. What's Chet doing? What are you building, Chet?
Oh, where the hitch is hooked to the bumper.
The hitch hooks to the bumper?
Yes, sir.
What are you going to put in the hitch?
You?
He's going to drag me behind it.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, we're making attachments for the vise.
Vise. He's going to put a vise. He's going to build a plate and a receiver. And then he'll build a kind of a hitch setup for the vise so they can slide it in the truck, pin it, just like you would a hitch, and then he can take it out and put it away, right? So what I'm building here is I've cut out these plates out of the steel, and we're going to take these two plates, put a pulley in the center of them. I'll machine some hubs for the pulley with some bearings in it. Okay, so here's our two pieces of plate. Got them both cut out and ready. Like I said, they'll be about that far apart, and then we'll put a pulley in between the two. It'll mount up on the top of that, weld onto that rod when we mill the sides off. That rod will slide into that receiver that's up there. We'll bolt it through, bolt the pulley on right here, and our cable system's done. So let's get hole punched in this. Pick it up. Let Chet pick it up. There it is. You can tell it's a pulley by the way it is. There you go, look at that.
That's the ticket.
I think that looks like a pulley. You know how you can tell it's a pulley?
Because it's bold.
Because of the way it is.
They're not going in?
No, one goes right in, slides right in, which is fine, but the other one's tight. And I don't know why, because that bore is the same.
You can tell it's a pulley by the way it is.
Okay, it's time to sandwich it between these two.
Peanut butter?
And jelly.
Well, they'll sell you the pliers, but they don't want you to get them out of the plastic. Man. All right, we're pumping a hole through the two of these. For our pulley to ride on.
So we're going to cut around this line here, sandwich it kind of like just an open air filter, like on a Chevy. So we're going to do that, cut it around with a cutoff wheel, make it so we can still suck air in, but be tight and sealed off.
Look who came to visit the shop. London, the one we built the car for. She's come to visit. Good times in the shop today. That pulley's not 100% perfect. For some reason that bearing's not sitting in there right. But it's gonna work for what we're doing. So now we've just got to figure out our distance. I like it. So we are going to make that.
Hey Bill, I got you a drink, bud.
Thank you.
Okay, I've got it milled off on both sides. I want 820 thou on each side. Let's slide it up in here. Put the receiving end right there. We're gonna slide this over top of that. Kind of see where we want that. Right there we want to drill our hole. So, mark our hole on this side. That's where we'll drill our pin. 787.5. The drill is back there.
Billy, I am your father.
Yes. He is freaking on one today, man. Oversized grown toddler. Chet's only 7. He's
Is that true, Chet?
Yes. They just let me out in first grade.
Get him. Get him, Ellie.
There you go, Ronnie. Billy?
Yeah. Look at that. She's a thing of beauty. Shut your.
So it's gonna stick out probably about from there. So
Is this gonna be facing down?
yes, that's down.
Okay, so it don't matter. You want it about right there? Let me drill it
Yeah, you
onto
can
that.
probably match that hole right there. That would probably work. And then we just gotta match it on that other one.
That's neat.
That's pretty neat. Time to get shot. Hey, why don't you throw stuff?
That mill and that stuff made a mess.
Hey, why
Well,
don't
that's a good tool.
why don't you throw it?
I didn't throw it. I busted the head off of it.
I'll bust your head off of you.
You see the size of him, Billy? He ain't that tough.
Hey guys, you
See?
see these guys in that chicken?
He's an oversized grown toddler. Oh, thanks, Gene.
Just a tip.
Just a tip. Here you go.
Well, I've seen better welds, that's for sure. And that one connected. That should be kosher.
Man, I love that welder. What I designed it to do. On God. There's more of the worm going up the back of the truck. I didn't want to dig. Look at that, we did it. Works for me. And every time that it percolates, I'll just stay right with it. That's perfect. Somebody's in trouble.
I didn't do it.
That was the sheriff.
So, up there is our control for that too? In the bucket?
Yeah. What do you think of that, Gene?
Clean out another 2 holes.
What's the wrecking ball? Well, here we go. Delivery day. Getting the trucks loaded up. Bucket trucks all running and ready to go. We got Gene up and at 'em early. Chet's here. He's up and at 'em early.
Chipper.
Got everything finished up last night. Late. There's the boom that we built. Pulley system on it. Got it painted. We got course, you got the Do It Bro sticker on it. We got this fixed. We got the receiver for the vise. Got the toolboxes all loaded up. We're ready to go. Let's get in this thing and take it. It's about 2 hours south from where we're at, the ranch is. So we're gonna take it down the ranch, and who knows what Johnny's gonna do, but it's gonna be fun. Get out, get away, get down there, hang out. We'll see what happens. So come with us on this journey. Here we go. Time to start trucking. Well, we made it out to Tannerites Ranch. Check this out. That look familiar? Fire truck, GM Seizure, cop car. They're all out here. They're all just chilling, waiting for us to drive. Now, we've added to the collection. Now we will have the bucket truck coming down the way. So, we'll see what Johnny thinks. He's got a lot of big plans for this truck, but you're gonna have to go to Dr. Dropout and see what he's got planned for it. So let's go meet up with him and get his thoughts on the different things we've done to the bucket truck. Let's get it delivered to him and see what he thinks. Go through it with you.
Yeah.
Alright.
Generator in there.
Generator in the back.
I see through the plug. Missing.
What? Yeah. So you
Plug
got
right
an
in there.
outlet
Oh, yeah.
there.
Oh, you plug right into it.
This, you just swing it out. You got air.
You got a roll of hoses. You get my hands dirty. Boy.
Yeah. You got
Oh, you pull them back here too?
this here.
Attaboy. That looks good.
Yeah, that's good.
Got that open.
Oh, yes. That's solid. Who did the welds on that one? Who did the welds on that?
They got this tool.
Good.
I've wanted one down here ever since I built that table.
So now, you can
Somebody just give me a finger bite.
you put that there. Do whatever you want with this. You got one, that's what the front piece is for as well. You can do it up there.
It rotates sideways too, so
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you can even do the.
yeah.
He's gonna be out here like we come out here and he's got a piece of sagebrush in the vise and he's cutting it with the chainsaw.
so you got a
He's
little
whittling.
torch set.
Oh, nice.
You've got to get a regulator for the one tank though.
Yeah, well, have a fire extinguisher in
But
here.
it holds it right here. There's no fire extinguisher yet.
Well, I tend to light fires when I play with fires.
You got an air. You got air to hook into there.
Nice.
You got an air hose. You just connect it in. You got air all the time. So now, take this. Center is choke. It's not running very good.
Well, we can remedy that.
Yeah, it's just been sitting for a long time.
Yeah.
It'll fire. But it's just.
I ain't got to go up the stairs to start it or anything.
We might have to spray some
The
starter
choke.
paint on it.
Now you got power.
There you got power. It just needs to be ran. It's been sitting for so long. And then you just come in here, push the switch down and it kills it.
Look how the anvil's just sitting there perfect. Wow, that was amazing.
Car, it's not out on the ground. You look at it.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys watching us. We do this just because all of our adventures, we decided we'd start filming adventures and all these builds that we do. We've been doing it for a long time, and we just decided we'd pick up a camera and film it all so that other people could enjoy it with us. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll continue this madness.